starts in the swing first, right? Is it my hip, my upper body, my shoulder? What is that, right? And why do we talk about it in the way that we do? So if you look on like biomechanical data, K-motion, some of the things that people use, 4D motion, things like that, right? Where again, you'll see that the pelvis is gonna start first. But what makes the pelvis start first? One of the things that we talk about is we don't ever think about opening the pelvis. We think about loading the pelvis, right? Because if I load the pelvis, I'll open the pelvis. But if I try to open my pelvis, what happens is a lot of times I don't load very well, and then guys try to force it open, and then it gets out of sequence, and then now they're dragging their barrel into contact. So what we talk about is like, hey, if I gotta get load, and again, my pelvis is already gonna fire because that's the whole point of loading. It's going to fire. Now as we go to move from the middle, a lot of times we have to think about closing the gap actually into contact, because at this point I don't need to think about my pelvis. It's already going, right? I already loaded it. So now as I